Unveiling the true culprit at AC Milan. Is Pioli to blame? AC Milan is supposed to be one of the most successful and prestigious clubs in history. I mean, having won 18 Serie A titles, 7 Champions League trophies and countless other honours, the club, by now, should be unbeatable at every outing. However, this is not the case, as the Rossoneri have fallen behind their rivals both domestically and internationally, and have struggled to regain their former glory. Worse still, AC Milan's management isn't satisfied because of their current coach, Stefano Pioli. In fact, the club is reportedly looking for a replacement for Pioli after a disturbing season that has seen them spend more money than their rivals. But is Pioli really to blame? Today we're going to talk about a coach who has been in the spotlight for the past 2 seasons. Stefano Pioli, the man in charge of AC Milan. You wouldn't want to miss this. Stefano Pioli was born in Parma, Italy in 1965. He started his playing career as a defender and played for several Italian clubs such as Parma, Juventus, Fiorentina and Padova. He was a solid and reliable player who could play in different positions such as centre-back, full-back or defensive midfielder. He won 2 Coppa Italia titles, one with Juventus and one with Fiorentina, and also represented Italy at the under-21 level. He retired from playing in 1999, and soon after he started his coaching career, he began in the lower divisions, working for clubs such as Salernitana, Modena and Grosseto. He gradually climbed up the ladder, and in 2008, he got his chance in Serie A with Parma. He then moved to Chievo, where he had a decent season, finishing 11th in the league. However, Pioli did not gain much recognition or respect from the big clubs, as he was seen as a journeyman coach who could only work with modest teams and limited resources. He was often hired as a caretaker or a stopgap solution, rather than a long-term project. He had brief and unsuccessful spells with Palermo and Sassuolo, before landing at Bologna in 2011. This was sure to become his biggest job yet. At Bologna, Pioli showed some of his qualities, as he managed to keep the team in the top flight for 3 consecutive seasons, despite having a low budget and a weak squad. Take that, Pep. He also helped some young players to develop, such as Alessandro Diamanti, Manolo Gabbiadini and Simone Verdi. Before long, he was on the list of the big boys. In 2014, Pioli got his first big opportunity, as he was appointed as the coach of Lazio, one of the most prestigious and ambitious clubs in Italy, and he did not disappoint. He had a promising start as he led the team to a 3rd-place finish in his first season, qualifying for the Champions League playoffs. He also reached the final of the Coppa Italia, where he lost to Juventus. This performance certainly turned the heads of some of the teams in Europe. However, his second season was a disaster, as Lazio failed to qualify for the Champions League and plummeted to 8th place in the league. Pioli had a poor record in the derby against Roma, losing 4 times out of 5 and was soon looking at the exit door. He was sacked in April 2016 after a humiliating 4-1 defeat to Roma. However, it seems his record in the previous season had done him some justice. Pioli did not stay unemployed for long, as he was hired by Inter Milan in November 2016, replacing Frank de Boer, who was fired after only 14 games. And Pioli hit the ground running. He had a brilliant start, as he won 10 of his first 13 games and brought Inter back into the race for a Champions League spot. He also improved the form of some key players, such as Mauro Icardi, Ivan Perisic and Marcelo Brozovic. But by now, he was pretty known as a one-season wonder. Pioli's honeymoon period did not last, as Inter's form soon deteriorated, and they went on to a streak of 8 games without a win, including a 5-4 loss to Fiorentina and a 2-1 loss to Sassuolo. This meant Pioli was sacked in May 2017 with 3 games left in the season, but his next job soon followed. However, one thing seemed to become the trend. Pioli loved to remain in Italy. Like Spalletti, Pioli was already getting offers outside Italy, which he was not quite interested in. Pioli's next destination was Fiorentina, where he signed a 2-year contract in June 2017. Like usual, he had a decent first season, finishing 8th in the league and reaching the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia, where he lost to Juventus. He also had to deal with the tragic death of his captain, Davide Astori, who passed away in March 2018 due to a cardiac arrest. However, the ghost of his second season dip was soon to haunt him. His second season was a nightmare, as Fiorentina went on a run of 11 games without a win and dropped to 10th place in the league. Things did not look good on the field either, as Pioli experienced a tense relationship with the fans and the owners, who criticised his choices and his results. Pioli resigned in April 2019 after a 1-0 loss to Frosinone, but as you can expect, another job was already waiting for him. Pioli did not have to wait long for another job, as he was hired by AC Milan in October 2019, replacing Marco Giampaolo, who was fired after only 7 games. Pioli inherited a team that was in crisis, with poor results, low morale, and high expectations. Many people were sceptical about his appointment, as he was seen as a mediocre coach who had no experience with big clubs or trophies. However, Pioli proved his doubters wrong, as he managed to turn the situation around and improve the performance and the mood of the team. His implementation of the 4-2-3-1 formation was genius, as it suited the characteristics of his players and gave them more balance, creativity, and intensity. He also boosted the confidence and form of some players like Rafael Leao, Theo Hernandez, and Ante Rebic. Under Pioli's guidance, AC Milan had their best attacking season since 2013, scoring 63 goals in the league and finishing 6th, qualifying for the Europa League. They also had some memorable matches, such as the 4-2 comeback against Juventus, the 3-0 win against Lazio, and the 4-1 win against Bologna. Pioli's impact on the team was also evident in the 2021 season, as AC Milan started the campaign in spectacular fashion, winning 12 of their first 15 games and topping the league for most of the season. They also reached the quarter-final of the Europa League, where they faced Man United, one of the strongest teams in the competition. Stefano Pioli had coached many players in this long and varied career, but some of the most notable ones are the likes of Mauro Icardi. The Argentine striker was one of Pioli's best performers at Inter Milan, scoring 24 goals in 34 games under his guidance. Pioli also improved Alessandro Diamanti, the creative midfielder who was one of Pioli's discoveries at Bologna, where he became the team's star and captain. Pioli gave him the freedom and the confidence to express his talent and his personality on the pitch. But did you know Zlatan Ibrahimovic was also one of Pioli's protégés? The Swedish legend was one of Pioli's key players at AC Milan, where he returned in 2020 after 8 years. AC Milan currently sit 3rd in the league, 9 points behind Inter, and their only hope for a trophy this season is Europa League, where they'll face Slavia Prague in the last 16. They'll also have to face tough competition from other teams, such as Juventus, Napoli, and Atalanta, who are fighting for a Champions League spot. Despite his achievements, Pioli's future at AC Milan still remains uncertain, as reports suggest that he may be sacked in the summer, regardless of the outcome of the season. Some of the names that have been linked with the job are Thiago Motta, Massimiliano Allegri, and Julian Nagelsmann. This decision to replace him will no doubt leave fans with a bittersweet feeling. Pioli has shown that he is a competent and capable coach. However, AC Milan would certainly feel they need something to change for the team soon. While Pioli might not be the issue with the team, it seems he's running out of ideas and time to impress. With the money they spent last summer, it's easy to see why fans would blame the coach. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See you next time.